Hi and welcome. We're going to do a little bit of tuna salad today. I know it seems pretty simple, but I'm going to start off with two of these large 12-ounce cans of the white albacore tuna in water. And the reason I'm making so much of this tuna is because I eat this for breakfast. I eat it for lunch. It packs really well when I go to work. And it's very easy to carry. I'm going to show you even how I package it up. Anyway, I started doing this when I was week 4 at Advanced Puree. And basically what they say, it has to be the consistency of baby food. They have to be blended, whipped, or mashed until a pudding-like texture, and it's smooth and free of lumps. So I found the best way to do this was to just mash it up with my hands like this. I can pick out any of the little pieces. I can just crumble it up. And the finer that you break this up, the more pudding-like or the smoother the texture you're going to end up having. Like I said, I was doing this for Advanced Puree. I actually started it a little bit early during the bland puree. But you can see here that it's very fine. It's no big chunks. It's just kind of flaky. So once you get the 2 cans mixed like this, and you've drained it, of course, really well, it's nice and dry, and we're ready to moisten it up. Now to moisten it, I'm using 5% of total yogurt. It's a plain yogurt. It's a 7-ounce container. So I'm going to scoop this out, and the first thing I'm going to do after I remove the paper is I'm going to put this into the tuna mix, and I'm going to mix it up and see exactly how much moisture this is going to give me. And I'm going to want it pretty moist because that's what it's going to do to you can use either light mayo or low-fat ricotta cheese to do this, but I prefer the yogurt because it's a lot smoother. So this has always sat well with me, but I want to see where the 7 ounces is going to get me before I start adding any kind of mayonnaise or and some spicy brown mustard just to give it a little bit more taste. So now that I have it, at least the yogurt part put together, I like Sir Kensington mayonnaise. I've already told you that before. It's made with sunflower oil, and it's got really a nice ingredient segment. So I'm going to take a tablespoon of that, and I'm going to drop that right in there. And along with that, I'm going to use the Sir Kensington's spicy brown mustard. As you can see, I'm just going to give it a little squirt of that. I was worried at first it would upset my stomach, but it turns out that it didn't have any effect at all. It just added a lot of really good flavor. So I'm going to blend this all together really well. And as I'm pushing it in the bowl and rolling it over, I'm also flattening it against the bowl, and I'm just making sure there's no large pieces. And anyway, when you eat this, you're going to have to chew it really well anyway. You're going to take your time. You're going to take small bites and end up chewing it very well. To this, I'm going to add, for like a little onion flavor, I'm going to do some chives. They break down really easy inside. I'm also going to do some a little bit of ground black pepper and another little segment of granulated garlic. You can season it with whatever things you want, but just make sure it breaks down in the mayonnaise when it sits to make it smooth. You don't want any chunks. I still eat this to this day. This is still my staple to bring with me for lunch and for breakfast. I know tuna for breakfast is gross, but that's when I have my good dinner. So I've got these 4-ounce cups I bought from Amazon, and I find if I just fill them like this and flatten them out at the top, they're going to end up being right around 4 ounces, maybe 4.5 ounces, but it's the perfect amount to at least let my stomach know that something is in there. It seals up nice. It's not going to stink up your lunchbox. It's not going to offend people at work. So I'm going to make a couple of these until the tuna's used up. And this is good prep because this will give me probably about 4 or 5 days worth of tuna to bring to work. And it's actually really pretty quick. So once I've got all this put together, I'm going to weigh it out. And just to show you, this one here is 4 1/8. Most of them are about 4 1/2. So this one here is 4 1/2. Just keep going along. 4 3/4. So that's going to be a big meal for me. And 4 1/2. And I bet the last one's going to be about 4 1/2. Yep. So we're going to just put these in the fridge, and they are going to pack and travel really easy. Give it a little taste. Yep. That's what I'm looking for. Nice and smooth, and it satisfies you during that puree stage. Have a great night.